We're live.
Hey, we're live.
Yeah. Okay. Now let's just give Mama D, the really great hostess. There we go. Useful. It's telling me that I'm just gone live. So now I've got to share it. I'm not sure whether I'm going to share it or not, but I'm not going to share it. Hi guys.
Don't take any
Um,
notice of us. We're not here.
don't
Don't
take
worry.
any notice of the crazy people on the screen in front of you.
Hey, we're
Look.
live.
Yeah. Okay. Now let's just give. Okay. Maybe I'll just turn the sound off and then I can actually see what people are saying in the chat room if I need to comment back. Okay, here we go.
Mm.
Go back to the comments. And there's nobody there yet. Oh, we have 7 people watching already. Hey, everybody, it's me, Mama D. And my guest tonight is none other than Eric Glyn Medium. I have known him for quite a few years. Poor him, or poor me. I'm not sure which way to look at that. Well, keeps him from bugging his wife for a little bit of while. Thank you. 1 thumbs up, yippee. Eric is lives over in the UK. He's got one of those sexy accents, and he's been a medium. I don't know if you guys paid attention to the opening of the show. For hey Sharon, for 25 years times 2. Hey Tiffany, happy Sunday everybody. So Eric, first off, thank you for agreeing to be on the show again
I
because you
didn't
know
agree. You just told us I was coming on. Get
no.
serious. Everybody knows it's this way.
Hey Ashley. I you're gonna make people think I'm a bully. It's true.
No, you're not. But I've got such a sore arm from where you had it twisted up my back.
Sure. Oh God. Any messages tonight? Yes, we might be doing some messages. We'll just see what your other half has to say. Hey, my sister's even in the chat room. Yes.
Yes, I know. Hello,
I
Patricia.
I am now a big shot. My sister's joining us in my chat room.
No, let's
There
get
we
this
go.
right. Your sister's coming to see me.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry. She can pick the phone up and talk to you anytime. Let's get this right.
Okay, for everybody who doesn't know you, you want to tell everybody a little bit about yourself, please?
No. Okay.
Unfortunately, he's my friend, so he can get away with shit like that.
My name's Eric Glyn. I've been a medium now for in excess of 50 years. It's 2 minutes past 10 in the evening, actually.
Yeah, at 5.
I've been a medium for well over 50 years. I started because my grandmother was a very famous medium in the area, up and down the United Kingdom, and she taught me when I was 7 years of age. I gave my first public demonstration when I was 7 years of age, and since then I've worked with spirit every day of my life. I am unfortunately one of the mediums who can see the people I'm talking to. I say unfortunately because that's not really such a good thing. And it's sometimes it can be good, sometimes it can be bad. I'm known,
Especially when it comes to your one of your guides.
yeah, well, I was getting round to that. I'm also known as Team Teddy because Teddy is my guide, and he was. He's quite a nice gentleman, except for the fact that he has this innate sense of humour. At which point he wants to embarrass me when I'm doing readings and when I'm doing services in churches and things like that. So he tends to dress up or dress down depending on what you think it should be. And up to now, we have had a pink tutu, and we've had, bearing in mind, Teddy's 6'4" with a handlebar moustache. And we've had a pink tutu, we've had a lime green mankini. We have had, what else have we had? We've had the cowboy from the Village People, complete with butler's chops. We've had Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, Miranda, Carmen Miranda, you name it. He's appeared in all kinds of stuff. I believe I'm one of 3 mediums in the United Kingdom who can validate their guide. I actually have spoken to his great granddaughter on Messenger, and she sent me some pictures. So there you go. He is an idiot. There's no getting away from the fact Teddy is an idiot.
Hey,
But
don't say that
he's my
about him.
idiot.
He'll mess with my electricity.
No, no, he's my idiot. He's promised to be good tonight.
That's because he loves me.
I'll believe that when I see it anyway. What else can I say? Uh, I love working with yeah, I love working with spirit. As I said, my grandmother taught me when I was 7 years of age. So basically, I learned as a 7 year old does. So if I do any kind of helping people, I tend to talk to them like they're 7 years of age because we tend to understand. And I don't use big words. When I do readings, I don't do bad ever because there's too many mediums doing bad. Or, you get the, oh, your grandmother hates you. And if you come and pay me $160, I'll tell you why. No. So I don't do that. I do relevancy, which means that everything that I talk about must mean something to you. 2 weeks back, 2 weeks to come. If not, I'll tell you that there's some kind of I want it to be in the summer. I want it to be towards Christmas, but I will tell you that. But
Okay.
it's not very good. And the other thing, um, it's hello, Wild Angel. Um, it's it threw me totally there now. Cheers, thanks.
Yes.
I love it. You love it.
Nice
We're
one.
starting. We need to go on. Yeah, Nelly used to have two rules. The first rule was spirit is the star, and all as you do is pass the messages that spirit give you. Rule number two is if you ever feel like you're getting good at this, reread rule number one. And that's basically it. Now, if anybody wants to know anything else, please ask me. I'm quite able to answer most things that come along, but not everything because I'm still learning. I've been doing this for 56 years, and one of these nights I'll get it right.
Yes, Deborah Joe, he does remember you.
Yeah.
Okay. Uh, I love the story of how Teddy came to introduce himself to you. So you want to share that one with everybody? I think they'll enjoy
Oh,
that. It'll just prove that his sense of humor. Okay.
okay. Well, I once worked out that Teddy is my 11th guide from when I was a child. And I was, right, how can I put this? I was in the shower and I was doing what everybody does in the shower. I was having my morning ablutions and I had soap in my eyes and every other place on your body, as you do. And I was quite happily, merrily getting a shower when this gentleman's voice said very close to me, "Hi, my name's Teddy." Well, I asked him to leave the shower, or words to that effect. And I sort of scrabbled around to get the soap out of my eyes and that where I could see. So of course I never did. I opened my eyes and my eyes were stinging with the soap and everything. And here's this guy standing 6'4", handlebar mustache. He's got one of them smoking jackets on and a pair of plus fours, and he's leaning on a golf club.
Okay, wait a second. What's the plus fours?
That's the trousers, the way that where the socks are tucked into the trousers and the yeah, or it's a very sexy look. So Teddy tells me.
Okay, Ted.
Um, you got to remember this is the guy that thought a moleskin coat was sexy, but never mind. This I digress. So I basically said to him, "The shower is off limits," and he said, "Why? You've showered at school with kids in the shower. What's the difference?" And I went, basically, "You're 6'4" and a man. Get out of my shower." So he stood on the other side of the shower curtain, and I could hear him laughing, and that was the first time I heard Teddy laugh. And Teddy goes, "Oh, oh, oh, oh," right.
Hi, Scott. Okay. Well, we have. It's up to you if you want to start now. You don't have to. Oops, wait a second. Let's try it.
And,
In case you might do readings, I'm having a rough time since parents' death and wondering if I might be able to get a message that might help me keep moving forward. I'm so terribly anxious. Insomnia is awful beside myself. That's from Tiffany.
yeah. Hang on, I'm just trying to put Kath's
We're trying to
thing
get
on.
Kath on so she can listen to her husband yammer on and I pick on him and she'd be like happy.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Your phone's locked up. Right. Just talk amongst yourselves while I do this.
Hey, Helen. We have a lot of people in here today, which is really cool. So thank you all very much. But I know, as I could say, as he said in the beginning, I know you're not here for me. You're here for Eric. Got it. Oh, except for maybe Helen and Kath and a couple other friends who I'm sure will eventually.
Just trying to get this on for Kath.
Okay. I'm going to take down some names because, as you guys know, the feed goes pretty quickly. I cannot answer in the chat room. I can thumbs up because I'm watching. Aww. Love you too. Hey, Sharon. Hey, Deborah Joe. You're both loving me. I love it.
I'll get it for you.
It's okay. We're not going anywhere.
Yeah.
I cannot answer you in the chat room. I can thumbs up because
I can't get it to get the live feed.
refresh the page.
Yeah,
Close it down and then.
Okay, all right. Right. So where are we? Don't want to go into chats. Get off there. Facebook.
I can share it on her page if you want.
Can you share it to Kath's?
I will do my best.
Yeah.
Share friends. Probably work better if I could actually spell properly. All right. Let's try this share. Go. I've never gone. It's just gone quiet all of a sudden.
This is terrible.
It's okay. It's fine.
It's all right. We'll get it done. I'll tell you what it is. I'll put it on. Have we got it on?
I'm trying to find it. For some reason, it's not. I know why. I know why it's not going right. Because I'm on the wrong silly Facebook page. It's good, eh? Yeah. There you go. It's okay.
Yeah.
That's all it is. We'll get it done. I'll tell you what it is. I'll put it on. Have we got it on? There we go.
Yeah.
They're going to get me back again.
I've got it.
It's not. I know why.
I've got it. I'm just trying to catch her up now.
I know why it's not going right. No, you're at the right spot. Good, eh?
So yeah. That's it. It's just come back with we're live. So it's nothing. It's jumped back to the start. Never mind. Okay.
Okay. Scott says you need longer arms. Okay. So Tiffany, if you want to jump into this one full feet, I'm not even going to try Hosenfeld, Mary Lake. Hopefully I didn't destroy your name too badly, Tiffany.
Okay. Right, so we're going to jump into doing some readings, and it's all right.
If you're ready for them.
No, I've just got to call Teddy back. He was away watching the golf. So, okay, Teddy. All right. Okay, Tiffany. Let's get started. All right. I'm trying to find Tiffany in the chat room so I can read what she says.
Well, so far that's all that she said.
Yeah, I know, but I wanted to try and find.
I will watch the chat.
There it is. I've got it. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Right. Okay. Right. Right. All right. That should pop up now with new comments. All right, there we are. Okay, thank you. Right. First of all, I've got a man and a woman. Obviously, parents. You know what I mean? That's no great thing about that. But I've got the lady that's coming, and the lady's telling me that we'll get round to that, Tiffany. Please let me read the way I read.
No, that was
Um,
me who put that up there. That's why if
no,
you stay out of
yeah, but
chat.
that's what she. Yeah, but that's what she put on,
Hmm.
and it's like trying to push a reading, and I don't do that.
Tiffany, do not feed the medium.
Please don't tell me anymore. You've told me far too much now for me to respectively do my job. Because the idea of a medium is that medium furnish you with proof, and if you're telling the medium everything, then the medium hasn't got anything to do, and it's hard. Um, you've given me information now that I should have given you to validate it. So therefore, that's why I'm just floundering around trying to get something now that we both never knew. All right. But this lady that's there, this lady's coming forward. She's stepping. All right. I don't know if both of your parents or one of your parents passed in tragic circumstances, but I feel as if I've passed over very quickly for some reason. And your mum's come to try. She's talking about giving you a hug. She's just talking about putting her arms around you and giving you a hug, because at the minute she's telling me that everybody is trying to tell you what to do, and all as you want is for somebody to give you a hug and to say, um, everything's going to be all right, you know. And it's it's got to do it's got to be with the fact that you are you said that you have an anxiety and depression and can't sleep, but the thing is though that spirit don't want you to be that way. Everything in this life has to move on, everything has to go forward. We have to go through it. And believe you me, there will be people who tell you that you get over them, then you never do. You never get over any kind of anybody's dying. You just get through it. And each day becomes that little bit easier. And that's the only thing we can hope for. I keep telling everybody that if you go to a carnival, if you go to a shows and you see what in England we call the shuggy boats, which is the ones that go from side to side like this, and people pull on ropes and they go like this. And when people pass over, that's basically what your days are like. It's either right up here or the right up there, or the right up here, or the right up there. And all as you want is for it to stop in the middle. And that's the best we can hope for. So you've just got to give it time. There's nobody can put a time limit on grieving. People come along and they say, it's been 6 months now, you shouldn't be crying. It's been a year now, you shouldn't be crying. It's not up to them. You can't put a time limit on grief. This lady's talking about the fact that there must be either a locket or a piece of jewelry that goes around the neck, but there must be that attached to either her or somebody who passed over. And she's talking about the fact that if you hold it, it brings them closer to you, and it gives you that little bit of comfort for the time. Now, the reason that you have an anxiety and depression and can't sleep is the fact that there's a big yawning hole in your life where these people used to be. And she's saying it's only natural. But she is telling me that since you've been growing up, um, since you've been all the time you've been growing up, you've been quite a sensitive person. And she said that it's it's just it's just a progression of this sensitivity, where before you were quite okay, right, okay, Teddy, thank you very much. Teddy tells me that you're an empath, that you can read other people's feelings and things like that. When you walk through the supermarket, one time you'll be walking down an aisle and you'll feel all light and airy, and the next time you go down an aisle and you feel all depressed and terrible, and then you're back to being light and airy, and that's because you're passing people and you're picking up their feelings. Now this has happened to you, and for the first time it's just manifested itself in yourself, and you need to do that. Now I've got a gentleman that's coming in who said that he used to make a lot of jokes when he was here on the earth plane, but he doesn't want to make any jokes tonight because he just wants to make sure that you understand that he's there. He hasn't gone anywhere. You keep asking them questions, but you just don't wait for the answers because your life's in such a turmoil and you're so busy and you're so much trying to deal with things. And they said that was it. I don't know why I'm hearing the word sorry, but I've got a sorry compared to everybody who's, for them passing over. And I do feel as if there's something that's you're wanting an answer to something. You're wanting an answer. Unfortunately, they're not giving it to me. They're just telling me that you are wanting an answer. And if you listen very carefully, and if you sit quietly and listen, you will hear the answer. Because I feel as if there's something that's not, there was something not right. There's something that you're trying to sort out in your head. And that's the thing that's giving you this anxiety and depression. Yes, you've got this big hole to do with the passing. But the gentleman's talking about the fact that there's other things going around at the moment that's adding to this. I don't know where the change in employment or a new job, but I feel as if that has to happen before everything else starts to fall into place and move on. I do feel as if you've got to keep going and going and going, and you have to keep hitting your head against that brick wall until either you knock it down or people take notice of the fact that you're there and what you're trying to say. And I've got a lot of love coming from Spirit for you. A lot of love. And my missus having cups of tea in the kitchen and sitting chatting and putting the world to rights and things like that. So with that, I'm going to leave all the love from Spirit and say good night. God bless. Thank you very much.
Well, I will give you a little bit of her confirmation. For the locket, she said yes. The empath, she said yes and agreed yes for the gentleman with the laughter and the jokes. And that, by the way, is Trixie.
Now,
And
Trixie's my little spirit cat who will shout her head off like that when somebody needs healing. So, Tiffany, you need healing. So that even the cat agreed. So there we are.
And Tiffany said yes, she's trying to sort some things out. She's just not sure what.
Yeah, it's all needs to be straightened out, but that's it.
And she says, thank you very much.
You're all right. You're welcome.
So if anybody else has a comment or a question, pop it into the chat room. If you can put it in capital letters, that would be great because then I could actually pay attention to it. Because, I'm like the cat who just meowed. I see something shiny and I go, ooh, look. Sort of drop off the face. Because I know somebody asked earlier and I didn't write the name down. So I just kind of like, ooh. Even though I searched for it, I couldn't find out who it was. One of the things that you do, Eric, is you give back in so many ways. Okay, you've done fundraisers for a cattery. Now, I seriously want to open up one here in Rawdon. It'd be like Ashley would be in heaven with me.
Yeah.
Do you want to tell me a little bit about that? What you do?
Well, it's nothing that I find very special, but there is a cat cafe, not so far from us, about 15 miles away, and it's it went through a rough patch about a year ago, and they needed funds to stuff like that. So I used to go along and I did shows, and I used to go and do shows for maybe the 15, 20, 25 people or whoever turned up, and I used to do a show and just donate the funds back to the carry. But it's I agree, Scott, but I wasn't going to say anything at all. Welcome to the Rambling Mediums. Um, but it's
Doing
but it's just it's they needed the funds, and I could be there, and I just went and I just did the shows and just I had fun, and I just gave the money back to them, and now they've changed from being a cat cafe to a homing centre, and they're getting rid of lots of little fluffy kittens, and they had a nice little advert on Facebook the other day saying that they needed kitten cuddlers.
Ooh, I'm going. Except
Yeah.
somebody won't let me over to the UK. And say,
Well,
don't
well, it's not my fault that you're being barred, but still.
do anything. Susan Davison, I'm at sixes. Family and health, please.
Hi, Susan. Hey, okay. Um, yeah, I feel as if there's something around and about you that I just feel as if there's your head's on a swivel. I just feel as if it's going round and around and around and around and around and around. I guess can't get where my. I don't like it when the camera's the opposite way, and it's just going around and around like that. It's um you you need to stand back and take a look at something. Okay. Um, I think that you need to stand back because I just think you're not seeing the bigger picture. And I've got a lady in spirit. If it's not mother, it's grandmother. But I feel as if she's just wanting to come through and tell you that um, if she was here on the earth plane, she would have to stand back as well. Um, I do feel as if that there's something that you're just not seeing clear. I also feel as if somebody's not treating you right, and that if this lady had been here on the earth plane, then to be fair, she would have kicked somebody's behind and told them to get it sorted out. I cleaned that up a lot, though, by the way, darling. So
I noticed. I
yeah,
noticed. I
because
know you well enough.
because Teddy wasn't saying that. All right. So the thing is that I just feel as if she would have had it sorted out. I don't know where there's a problem with two people, but I feel as if they're not talking. I can just see their heads with their faces pointing away from each other, and I just feel as if they need to turn around and they need to grow up. Okay, they just need to turn around and they need to grow up. Why have I got that? I do feel as if though there's somebody somewhere around and about you there is a a relationship where one half's trying and one half isn't, and that's not helping matters as well. Now, okay, I do feel as if yeah, I do feel as if there's health issues. I do feel as if there's been an upsurge of health issues over the last few months. I do feel as if you've got a handle on them at the minute, but you're sitting there waiting for the bubble to burst and for something else to come along. Please, can you deal with the stuff as it comes along, and don't let it worry you. We can't deal with anything that's coming tomorrow. So just deal with what's today and just have the best day you can possibly have. She's talking about something to do with financial issues. I feel as if there's something that's. I don't want to say that there's a windfall coming, but I feel as if there's something coming that um, you've been working towards for a while. So hopefully it's all going to fit to a conclusion, and then you're going to get a little bit of financial help that you'd be looking for. And oh, hello, Demisi. Hi. Um, and I've got to give you a large bunch of the biggest flowers you've ever seen in your life, and it's just for upliftment. But this lady's telling me that she didn't like flowers in the house, but she's giving you She's giving you symbolic flowers just for upliftment because she knows you like them. But I just feel as if she wasn't too happy about flowers in the house. And I don't know who held her hand when she passed over, but she's talking about somebody holding her hand when she passed over and wanting to give thanks and wanting to say thank you for the help that was there. That's about it I've got at the moment. All right. And she just wants to leave all the love and spirit with you. And she apologizes because you're another one that keeps getting woke up at 3:33 in the morning. I do apologize. Unfortunately, it's spirit time. I'll say good night and God bless.
Thank you. Well, see, everything is on a positive note for her confirmation of everything. Welcome to everybody who's coming in. My guest tonight is Eric Glyn Medium, a dear friend who was brought dragging and screaming to be on my show. Not, no matter how much he complains. And no, I have no issues with my glasses. I just couldn't. I can read everybody's comments really good because I have them in two places. Uh-oh. Okay, so you still do? I know I had you a while back. I had you do a church service. Um, oh, look, Mr. Lynch is in the house. Uh-oh,
Yeah.
Teddy,
The
behave.
the bib master.
My sexy babe master. That's right. Look at this, and look at that sexy hat that he's wearing too.
Mhm.
Um, the first time I had you on my show, you did a service,
Mm-hmm.
but I know for a while there, yeah, I can tell by the hat. I you stopped doing services. Are you doing back to doing services or just sitting in the
Yeah, I'm back to helping out churches where the medium sort of pack, you know, for one reason or another, he can't make it at the last minute. Then they ring me up when I go along and I can do anything because they're just desperate to get a medium, so I'm all right. So, and I go along and I do some services, and yes, I'm slowly working into the fact of going back to do more services, but I just don't want to get into the big circuit of doing one every week because I don't want that.
But I think it's interesting. Like I said, for here when I had you do this service on my show, it was interesting because I've never been to a service that involved that didn't involve getting down on your knees, standing up, getting down on your knees again. Uh, we've got a little something in the chat room. But I like the idea that you give messages during the service as well. And Scott in the chat room says, "Does Eric know he has a little organ grinder monkey on the couch behind him?" Question
Yeah,
mark.
well. Basically, it's because nobody wants to talk to the monkey. They're talking to the organ grinder. So, yeah, but
Okay.
it's no, Scott. I really haven't, to be honest. It's not Teddy. Teddy's standing in front of me, behaving himself at the minute, which I'm very scared
Thank
because
you,
he's
Teddy.
yeah. So, excuse me, get yourself down. And yeah, it's just it's lovely. I mean, I'm never so alive as when I'm talking to the dead. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
It's really lovely, and I I try to I try to give back. I try to give services when I can. Um, it just it's just one of them things. For after I was ill, and when I got ill the second time, I just decided that I must have rushed back a little bit too much, and I needed to take a step back and take a few weeks to sort it out, which turned into about 18 months.
Look, it's like I do remember somebody telling me that was spirit's way of telling me to slow down.
Basically, yes, I was just told slow that down well and truly, yes. And
Uh,
then,
I think this might stir. Jalen says hello, Teddy.
oh, don't start them, Jay, please. Please
Hi,
don't
Teresa.
start.
Teresa's there as well.
Oh,
Uh, Tiffany has a question. Does talking to the dead ever frighten you, or has it ever frightened you? And you've been
no,
doing it for a little while. No,
no,
no.
never ever in my life. The dead don't frighten you at all. The dead don't come back to do nasty things. The dead don't come back to do anything evil. They don't come back to worry you. it takes a person a lot of energy for to come from the other side of life back to this side for to give any kind of message. They ain't going to waste that time by coming back and giving something negative.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the messages that come back maybe you may perceive them as negative,
Okay.
but usually they are a heads up, a bit of a warning, a bit of what's coming, so you can sidestep and maybe you don't get that nasty bill or that nasty thing that came along.
I don't
No,
know why.
Jay, Teddy. Oh,
Had to, because Teddy did ask for it.
he did.
Yes,
To
he
be
did.
fair, Teddy did ask to come out to play. Yes, he did. Um, oh, thank you very much indeed.
Talk about spoiled. I have to bring my own beforehand.
Oh, I've just getting some iced water. Oh, brain freeze. Right.
So does Teddy
Right.
have anything to say to Mr.
Okay.
Lynch?
Yes, he does. Whoa, hang on a minute. Hmm. Yeah. Tiffany, my cat, knows who needs healing, and she goes mental when people come on that need healing. Jay, have you got your meters anywhere near you? Any of your EMF meters or your um, things like that? Have you got them within reach? I know that normally they'll
I
be hanging around you.
don't think, if I remember correctly, Jay doesn't do the meters. He's like, but yeah, I'm sure he'll tell. Hey, Alan, welcome back.
Okay, right, Jay. Okay, Teddy's asking if it's okay for to pop over and see you. Would that be all right?
As I said, there's about a 12-second delay, 12, 15-second delay. And
Yeah, I'm just waiting until Jay comes back because if he says, right, I have Teresa smiling right next to me. I didn't ask that question, did I? I mean, that wasn't the question I asked.
oh, he says he has a Mel meter close.
Yeah, okay, that's
And
fair enough.
oh yes, Teresa is one of his, well, his best tool in the shed. She is one of his tools. She can.
Yeah, that's not a problem. Right, okay. Jay, Teresa, take care because I'm going to send Terry. I'm going to send Teddy over to see you. All right. Usually, what happens is that I do a 1, 2, 3 countdown. Teddy goes over to where you are, and then we shall have
Fun.
yeah, we shall see what Teddy can do to basically knock his socks off. Because I know that you go paranormal hunting and you go things like this where you like to interact with spirit, and Teddy's about the most interactive spirit I've ever met in my life. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3, go. Okay, right. All right. Unfortunately, you can't hear him, so he has to relay it back through me. So he's just gone, 2 for 1. Isn't that a good laugh? And you should find that now that he's arrived, he's saying that he's actually going to take the temperature down in the room. Can you just verify that the temperature is going down in the room? And you should have Teresa, he's talking about making the hairs on the back of your neck stand up as well. So there should be something like that going on. And it's just him just arriving and making sure that you know that he's there. Now he is talking about the fact that there's a lot of stuff in the room. I don't know if you've got things organised by pile on the floor or if you have them organised by pile on the table, but I do feel as if there's a lot of things that's all, for want of a word that Mama D would understand, higgledy piggledy.
I know that one.
So there's a lot to do with that, and he's talking about the fact that you you're looking. I don't know who's looking around trying to see him, but he said, "Boo." All right, so that's just him being him. Um, he says that the temperature has gone down in the room now, and it's not. It hasn't gone to freezing point yet, but it has gone down. Uh, he also talked about something. I don't know where the flag on the wall is. He's talking about a flag on the wall. I think he's gone into another room and there's a flag on the wall or some kind of flag. I, I don't think it's in a case. I think he's talking about it actually being a flag on the wall. So he is talking about that. He is right. Okay. I've got a lady coming through from the other side who was attached to. I don't know if she's attached to Gia or Teresa, one of the two, but the lady had terrible arthritis before she went over to the other side. That's why my hands are aching like something not right. And sorry to keep bouncing backwards and forwards, but Teddy keeps coming in, and he's talking about the photograph on the wall. And I don't know if you're with another ghost hunting team or something like that, but I feel as if there's a photograph with like two teams of people together on a photograph on the wall. Um, he is talking about that there's something that's coming. Something's coming. What's coming? There must be a contract or something you have to sign to say you're going to go somewhere and it's waiting to come through snail mail. It's not doing electronically. And I think it has to be signed and it has to be sent back. Um, uh, yeah, okay. And he is talking as well about the fact that Jay, you haven't really got to worry about all the health problems. All right. Um, it's I feel as if you put on a brave face and you get that guy Bodine to help you out as well. But I feel as if that you're a little bit, you're a little bit worried and you're doing the old, well, let's go and look on the internet, which immediately turns, a headache into a brain tumor, right? And I've just got something that's something you're worried about at the moment. I think it's just um, something that's there and something that's trying to get it. You're a little bit concerned, and they said that if you plucked up the courage and went to see the doctor, then you would get it all sorted. But basically, I'm being told if you go to the doctor, then it's usually for a broken arm because Teresa will have it up your back for to get you to go for whatever you need to go for. You know, mm, why?
Okay, just to let people know who are listening in through the chat while you take another sip is Teresa, by the way, says temperature has gone way down, and he was messing with her hair. Jay says that there is a banner going from a convention on the wall. Hey, Bandits readings.
Um, okay, Jay. Okay, Teresa, I've got a lady in spirit that's stepping forward who said that you held her hand when she crossed over, and she was quite frightened before she went, but she said to tell you that everything was okay because there was people there to meet her, and she did go on to the other side. But she wants to give you a lot of thanks and to tell you that she was that grateful for everything you did before she passed across the spirit. I don't want to labour the fact, but she's telling me that um, I think she passed with a cancerous condition, but bless her, she didn't go to the doctors and it was too far advanced before they found it for to do anything. It's not the same with Jay. It's just he's just pig-headed. That's what Teddy said. So, and he said Jay is actually nodding when he said that as well because he said it's just pig-headed and he was nodding when I said that. So, um, it's why is it got to be? Oh, right, okay. There's a child in spirit that's around and about you, Jay and Teresa. There's a child in spirit that just wants to be remembered. Some child that passed over from a miscarriage condition that never actually reached the earth plane. I don't know if it's directly attached to yourselves or if it's close family, but it's just a little girl that's there and she's just wanting to be. remembered. Uh, okay. What's the matter with the car? Okay. Oh, right. Okay. Teddy's just moved on. He says there's something that needs to be sorted with the car. And the fact it's got a right. Okay. The fact it's got a squeak doesn't mean to say the back end's connected to the front. It actually means something needs to be fixed. Right. So yeah. Okay. I just feel as if there's a lot of connecting going on. I know I mentioned the 333 before for spirit type, also 444 for angelic type. I just feel as if you're being woke up and there's things around it about you. But Jay, you're getting more and more where you're hearing your name called before you go to sleep. And it's not Teresa and there's nobody else there, and you're just like, who was that? Right, come on. And it's just people getting in there. And also, I'm terribly sorry, but the itchy ears is them trying to get in touch with you to talk with you as well, and you know you've got them. And um, and I feel as if there's somewhat. I don't know if it's Teresa that's got the lower back problems, but I feel as if there's lower back problems and leg problems or something around about there as well. And I'm busy doing this with my finger, so I feel as if somebody that's passed over used to shake before they passed to spirit, and they're just putting that on me, which they can take off now because I don't want it. And who's suffering with the headaches? Someone of his is suffering with the headaches, and again, it just needs to be sorted out. I don't know if the glasses are wrong or you're sitting wrong on the computer or something, but I just feel as if there's something wrong there. I don't know why I've got to give you a bunch of flowers, so there must be an anniversary around and about now, or a birthday around and about now. Also, I have to give you another bunch of flowers for a memory of somebody's passing to spirit. We've just gone into March. I think it's more towards the back end of March to do with that. So, oh, hello, Kelly. Oh, hey, long time no see. That Darlene is Kelly Johnson, who's just arrived, and she's a very, very good medium as well.
Hoo-hoo.
Um,
Hey, Kelly, we're going to be friends.
so it's just to do with that. Uh, I think that's about all I've got. Oh, hang on, what's he doing? What's he doing? Where's he going? Yeah. Stuffed toy on the bed. Teresa, stuffed toy on the bed. I don't know on a bed, what bed, but he's talking about the stuffed toy on the bed. And then he's coming back to the room. Um, okay, now he's gonna come back to me, but before he comes back to me, he's just gonna have a little bit. He's going to have a little bit of a laugh. So he's going to come back to me through the computer, but he's going to come back to me through you. So you'll feel a cold rush as he goes through you, then through the computer and back to me. So are you ready? It's going to be 1, 2, 3, back to me. And that's him back. Yeah. Hi, Kelly. All right. Okay. Who's got the leather hosen, Jay?
So many things you and Teddy have touched upon have been really spot on. It's
Who's got the leather hosen?
later.
Teddy's just come, yeah, whatever it is, the ones where they slap their knees and the thighs and things. Because he's talking about that, and I don't know if I hung up in a closet. And Jay must be yours right next to your dresses. So, right. Um, and that's, what are you talking about? I said, there's a squeaky door. He tried to get into a room, and every time he went to go in the room, the door squeaked. And it was just the energies he went through. And he says the door squeaked. He says if I was still alive, it would drive us bananas. I'd have to get one of the servants to fix that. So Teresa, you'll have to get Jay to do it. So that was Teddy, not me, by the way. Please don't shoot the messenger.
Jay says he doesn't have one, but he would wear one if he could get one.
Oh, it's coming. It's coming. I told you I only work a few weeks front and back, so watch out for having something where you're going to end up with a leather hose.
Ooh. So long as it has bibs, we're okay.
Yeah, we'll
Mm.
have. Right. Okay. Oh,
Okay.
that was yeah. Just Teddy having a go with it. Sorry.
So
Okay.
yes, Kelly, just quickly, Kelly, I troll all of Eric's friends. Yeah, and maybe we can have a conversation about you coming on and we'll talk about Eric or Teddy.
Thank you, Kathia. The water's fine. Wonderful. Thank you.
And
Yeah.
Jay says just short bibs. Yes, they do have short.
Like I know the difference.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. Right. Okay. Next.
Okay.
Who's next?
I unless anybody else has any questions, I didn't see any while we were chatting with Eric, with Teddy and Jay. Deborah Joe says one up with a point.
Oh yeah, definitely with a pint.
Mm-hmm.
That was shadow
A
no
lot.
doubt. Yeah. There's all right. Mm.
He's got me. I'm his honey.
I I could do actually, Scott. I've just developed this sore throat, so I'm getting worried in case I go achoo, Sam. You know what I mean? And it's and then I've got to start wearing masks and bowing and things like that. I can't be doing with
Stop doing that.
that.
Hmm.
Yeah.
So, if people want to get a hold of you, because you just
Excuse
sort
me.
of knocked a few people's socks off, I'm sure. But if people would like to get a hold of you to get a reading done, um, the best place to get a hold of you is on Eric Glyn Medium on Facebook,
Yeah,
or
that's easy.
message me and I'll connect you to him.
Yeah, you're correct. But yes, Kelly, I like my balanced diet, a chocolate eclair at each hand. Get in. Way to go. So,
And Jay says, me, a pint or 20? Never.
yeah, yeah. Well, that's
Hey,
only because we
Nicholas.
drink proper beer over here and not the stuff over there.
Don't even start.
No, Scott will back us up. I'm all right. I got my Rambler medium with me.
Yeah, I'll get you guys back on again. You, Michael. Hey, Fellini. You, Michael, and Scott will be back on sometime soon. Hopefully, I'll reschedule a conversation with friends to earlier in our day. Would be evening for my my rambling mediums over in the UK,
Oh, we'll
and we'll
get
do
sorted.
readings. Be fun.
Yeah.
Maybe you can
So,
get Kelly to come on. She'd be the prettiest rambling medium.
oh, she would without a shadow of a doubt, and she'll probably be the best as well. So,
Of course, she's a
um,
girl. Hello.
yeah. And, Uh, why? Okay, the who's got a relative that they're worried about in hospital at the moment, please? Somebody showing myself that they're in hospital.
Okay. Deborah Joe says, "Does Teddy know if Casey is okay, stepson?"
Um, I'm seeing somebody in hospital. I'm sorry, it's just got me.
Okay, and my son is in the ICU. Deborah Joe.
That's what I was saying was the tubes and the stipes and everything else like that. And I feel as if it's okay. Now this is something that's not scary, all right? Because people think, "Oh my God, I've seen your son in ICU and he's a medium. He must be dead." No, when people are unconscious, when people are kept in a state where they are not actually being all about somebody, able to answer questions and things like that when they're not very well. The spirit can still communicate and does so. He has the healing just come in because Trixie's just arrived and started shouting because we're talking about somebody who needs healing. So I don't know. Wait, okay, right, Deborah Joe. I'm hearing, not my fault, not my fault. If that makes any sense to you at all, not my fault, not my fault. That's what I'm hearing, and I don't know if that means anything. Oh, what you doing, darling? If you come round here, come on. And it's just
She said
yes,
yes, makes sense.
yeah, yeah, okay. Not my fault, not my fault. I feel as if people have been blaming your son for something, or oh, he was always mad and that's what he did. And he said, no, it actually wasn't my fault. Um, he's owning up to the fact that he maybe wasn't the sharpest tool in the box when it come to doing things, but this time it wasn't his fault, and it needs to be sorted. Uh, he's worried about your health as well, Deborah. He really is worried about your health. Um, I said, why is she like, is she? And he said, no, I'm worried about her mental health. I feel as if you're worried about him, which is worrying about you, and it's like a big vicious circle that's going around. I do want to say though that there's something that there's something that you need to get off your chest. Okay, you need to get off your chest. Something you need to say to somebody, and you're trying to be nice and polite, but it's getting on top of you, and you really need to just turn around and let them have it, both barrels. Okay. Um, yeah, it's just sometimes the men in white coats live in white coat land, right? Um, I feel as if there's sometimes that um, they they live in white coat land. They live in about what in a perfect world should happen, and you can't do that. It's like when they say to you, you need to come and visit 4 times a day, and it's 60-mile round trip each time. You can't do it. So you've got to plan your stuff to do whatever you do, and that's what is the living white coat, what I call white coat world. You know, it's like when with me when my diabetic nurse tells me that I've got to eat better, and that's a white coat world as well because it's never gonna happen. I just say to her, there's somebody that, I can see your mouth and your gums are flapping, but there's nothing sensible coming out. And that's the kind of thing that needs to be sorted with yourself. But it's it's really just something that you've got to get through at the moment. And it's something that needs to be dealt with and addressed, because it's worrying you because you can't interact the way the medics want you to. So please, can you just sit them down? And if they don't sit down, a punch in the mouth usually works. I'm sorry, I don't advocate violence in any way, shape, or form, of course, being I'm a very spiritual person, but a slap on the back of the neck works really good if it's with a big iron bar. Um, it's but that's about all I'm getting at the moment. So they just wanted to communicate and say that they were there. So I hope it helps you a little bit.
Okay.
Um,
And just a quick one from Jay Lynch about someone calling my name. I heard my dad say my name 3 times the other day, and he's passed 17 and a half years ago.
yeah, it's just quite slow to get through, Jay. That's the problem. You know what I mean? It's just once the feather drops, you'll be all right. You get things from a little bit closer. It's taken about 17 and a half years for the message to get there, so no trouble at all.
Deborah Joe says, thank you very much.
That's all right.
Actually says, thank you, love.
Rude. But yeah, it's no trouble at all. But What you got to remember is the fact that spirit's only there to give you help and guidance. They're not a telephone system. They're not a system that can be called upon to give you definitive answers. Because unfortunately, we in this world here have a thing that they're hated, which is called free will. Because no matter how much, no matter how much they tell you what to do, as meat suits, we decide that we know better and we go off and we do something different. And it knocks the hell out of people from the spirit world. And if anybody reads my Facebook page, you will see Teddy rants that come through when Teddy says that exact thing, you know. But it's just, it's honest. It's just, mm, it's it's spirit's way of keeping you informed. Um, and yes, we say spirit's always right. They are, but they might not be right at the time for you. And sometimes they can say to you, "Oh, you need to finish work and work for spirit." And you're looking at your credit card bill saying, "No way." But 5 or 6 years down the line, credit card bill's gone, you've got some money in the bank, and you think, "Hey, I think I'll finish work and work for spirit." Because believe it or not, spirit's in here for the long haul. They're not in for the quick fix. And if anybody sitting in the chat room or anybody out there that listens to this on the archives or on when you put it on your wall, if anybody thinks that by being a medium you're going to earn lots of money, yeah, basically laugh on folks and just drive past and go and find
There's,
someone with a
there's a lot of
shingle.
people in the chat room laughing at that one.
Yeah, well, that's it, because basically you may as well go and hang somebody else's shingle on your wall because it ain't going to happen. A gentleman on the TV called John Edwards said it best when he said it took him 27 years to be an overnight sensation. You know, and that's completely true. And it's not it. I mean, I do readings. Do I charge money? Yes, I do. I charge for my time away from home. If I'm doing readings like I am now on the internet, over the internet, or readings on from house, then yeah, it's free because that's basically it is. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. I thought
Tamizi's
you would.
laughing her
Yeah,
socks off.
I thought Tabisi would do, but never mind. There we go. But so yeah, that's basically that's what spirit's all about.
Well, if anybody else in the chat room has a question or would like a message, pop something into the chat room so we know, because oops, my phone's gone nuts.
You got a nuts phone. Oh, fair
Yes,
enough.
it's non-Apple. It's very good. It's okay. My computer went nuts the other day, so why not the phone now? Yeah. So if anybody wants to get a hold of you and have yeah, and have a reading done, get a hold of Eric. Scott, our presence is payment enough. Says, says Eric. Says
Scott, get
Scott.
lost, will you? Get lost.
and
Some of us,
and
some of us have got bills to pay. We don't all live in a mansion and have servants.
Kelly concurs. Um, Kelly is sorry. Kathleen would like to hear from her son, please, if that's an option. And we also have another one for after. Your new,
Right,
isn't it?
okay. Kathleen. Okay. You didn't have a reading done the other day where you actually connected with your son, did you? Just a yes or no answer, please. Just going to wait for the answer coming in because it's quite important. Mm-hmm.
And Scott said you are rude. No, wooed.
Wooed, me, wooed. He's the
Kathleen
one.
said,
He's the one that lives with the princess.
Kathleen says no.
Okay, right, all right. Because I feel as if this gentleman that's trying to get through has been through quite a bit. That's the only reason I asked. All right. Um, he's talking about oh bless you. Okay, he's talking about life over there. Uh-huh. And he's talking about getting yeah, he's talking about life on the other side. I've got a feeling that this young lad, that your son, he wasn't exactly a believer when he was here, as far as he was concerned. When you went, you were worm food. But the thing is, though, that he sort of had his eyes opened when he's getting to the other side. There's there's a lot of, how can I put this? There's a lot of different jobs and different things that the people do in spirit on the other side. And he got a bit of a shock because he woke up on the other side and there it was. But I just feel as if there's somebody there. I'm taking this as your son, but it could be it could be somebody else that was quite young when they passed over. So it could be a cousin, it could be a sister or a brother. It's just somebody that was quite young when they passed over. So you said son, and you're right to hear from your son. That's, I don't know if it is or it isn't. That's what I'm getting anyway. Um, all right, okay. All right, I'm seeing a chopper bike. All right, now I'm seeing a rally chopper bike. If you don't know what one is, it's got a dual seat on it. And the reason that I say this is because you feel at the moment as if somebody's always on your back, as if you're carrying somebody else. And I feel as if that's another thing that you would like to try and get rid of, you know. Love and light, Susan. Thank you very much for turning out. Um, and it's just a case of you need to try and get rid of this. You are quite bogged down. I feel as if you've just got the kind of personality where people come and dump on you. Uh, and that you take everybody's problems and everybody's woes and you try to fix the world. But there must have been a situation lately where somebody come to you, and I don't know if they're in tears or something, and you took that on board and you worried about them. You worried and worried about them. And then the next time you seen them, they were perfectly all right. And you said, I thought this had happened. And they said, oh, yeah, but when I got home, everything was okay. And they'd never bothered getting in touch with you when you'd been worrying for a week. And that's the kind of thing that goes on, all right, with yourself. But on the other hand, they're telling me if you didn't have anything to worry about, then you'd worry about not having anything to worry about. So, oh yeah, you're like that, Darlene. Yeah, definitely. Um, but the thing is, though, that it's all big circles, but you're you're even worrying about why your life is on the up. I feel at the minute as if your life is actually getting better, and you're worried about the fact your life's getting better because you're thinking it's going to just pop and then everything's going to come tumbling down again. But they're saying, just go with it, please. Just go with it. I, I don't do animals, as you may have noticed, and I don't do names either because both are too easy. But I've got a message from the young gentleman in spirit who said he has the dog with him. And I've got a feeling the dog passed either just after him, sort of thing. But that's just the feeling I'm getting, and he's got the dog with him. So there we go. Uh, why? Kathleen, I think that's about it. I really haven't got much else. If it comes back, I'll let you know. But I think that's about all I've got at the moment. I hope that made sense to you.
Okay. Selva Dutton would like a message of anything that you have. this up again. Find it again. I found it.
Yeah,
Yes, please. The message would be nice.
right, Selva. Mhm. I've got a lady in spirit. I have to go with like a motherly vibration, if this makes sense. Um, it just seems to me as if this lady was a real lovely lady, and she she would she would be there for anybody, and then love a good gossip, and just a gentle kind of nice person. And she's coming back and she's saying that at the minute, I don't know if you are the matriarch of the family or if people just tend to come to you for answers. And you used to go to this person who was in spirit for these kind of answers. And you used to think that she knew the answer. And she says, now you understand that she didn't. Basically, she was just making it up as she went along, the same as you are now, you know? So now you know that parenting doesn't come with a handbook.
Mm-mm.
Um, yeah, I don't know who's got the hospital or doctor's appointments coming up, but it's somebody, if it's not yourself, it's somebody close. And um, you just, I don't know if it's CAT scans or MRI scans or something like that, but I feel as if it's been a while coming, and whoever it is ready for them because they just want to try and make sure everything gets sorted out and everything's good. Why have I got that? I just feel as if there's a lot of confusion around about you at the moment. Oh, and you must know somebody who went over with confusion, like an Alzheimer's disease or dementia or something like that, because I feel as if they couldn't get the words out that they wanted to say. And I'm here, and here, look me over, lend me in here, fresh out of clover and mortgaged up to here. So somebody around and about you must have financial worries, big style, and they need to be advised to go and have it treated properly, because I feel at the minute as if they're robbing Peter to pay Paul, and Peter's got no left. So they need to go and have it sorted out. Uh, I don't know where somebody talking about a motorbike is, but I feel as if somebody's talking about a motorbike. I don't know if somebody wants a bike or they're selling a bike, but there's something to do with a motorbike in around and about you at the moment. And I know that somebody needs to take the car to get it fixed, the same as I was telling Jay before. And somebody needs to go and get the car fixed. I don't feel they've actually got the money to get it done at the minute, but it is really quite important. So they need to sort of find the money from somewhere, please, to have it done, because it's dangerous the way it is at the moment. Uh, and that's about it. So there's been no feedback come back on the chat room. So I don't know if you're falling asleep or you're falling off your chair, but one of the two. It's it's no trouble at all. So I'll say good night and God bless for that. Thank you.
Well, first off, we are past the hour, so I need to thank you. Oh, we would have to have Mr. Stevenson have a question here. One of my rambling mediums, Eric. Can Eric recommend the best anti-gray hair dye for men, please? His dye job is fading.
Yeah, it's only because you've got the winter plumage on, Scott. That's the problem. It's just because you've got the winter plumage. Look, my hair's going on the top. I was a certain somebody who shall remain nameless, but basically Mama D said today that I am no longer a penguin. I am now a skunk. So I shall say nothing on that. All right. There we go.
Yes, Lisa, thank you so much. So many things you said right to right. My internet kept going in and out or didn't get to hear quite everything. Do appreciate it.
That's okay, Kathleen. There's not a problem. Just you
And
take what you can.
and
And if you didn't hear it, then Spirit didn't want you to. So don't worry about it. They would have made it there if they needed to. I'm sure that if you go back and listen to it when it is all finished, you can go back and listen to it all again, and you'll be
yes,
able to hear it.
I don't delete this.
That's it.
Actually, spread it far and wide.
Yeah, like
It's like
coronavirus. So
so
don't
bad.
sneeze. Don't sneeze when you get it on, anyways.
Okay, I won't. I promise.
That's it.
All right, we're gonna go now. I thank everybody for stopping in for the chat, helping this go along because this works so much better when people come into the chat room. So, Eric will be coming back on soon with the rambling mediums because I'm going to get them all together. And where
Mhm.
are we? We're in March. So
Yes, it
next,
does, Rosemary. I'm answering your questions for you now because you're a rubbish host.
because I was looking at it. Yes, I do. I always have. Every week I have somebody different. And Eric came kicking and screaming. Usually it's a little late for you guys over in the UK, but Eric stayed up past his bedtime for me. Next week, my guest is Tina Marie Ronan. She is an amazing lady who created a wonderful hat, which I will show off next week. Because I'm not getting that to show it over there. You might see parts of it. It's right there. I can't tell. Thank you, Rosemary. I would love that. All right, everybody, have a good night, and we'll see you all next week. Enjoy the month of March. Yes, you do, Kelly. And if you keep it up, you're going to be part of them.
I don't really need sleep, no, Scott. Thank you very much indeed.
What didn't you say? You sleep when you die, and that's enough? Okay.
Exactly. Yeah, you get enough sleep when you're dead. Hmm. So, to everybody who came,
Yes, please, Kath.
yeah. See, I told you she was still listening. She's sneaking in the bedroom there, listening to what's going on. Right, no, I'm going to get slapped. Yeah, but to everybody who came tonight, I just want to say thank you very much for listening to me rambling on. Please be aware that Spirit come through with love and compassion, and please remember to validate and appreciate the people in your life that you love every day of your life. And don't leave it to a medium like me or Kelly or Scott or WC or Mama D or anybody else or Marion who's in the chat room either. Please don't leave it to us to give the message to them. You need to tell them yourself. So I'll say good night, God bless. And I think Kath's just heard the fact that I've just seen the fact that Onyx has arrived on screen.
All right. Good night, everybody. Good night,
Good night.
Mary.
Bye bye.